I'd like to make an update for the progress of my sim pit. Saying progress is kind of funny because my last video was called "My Sim Pit is Complete," finally complete. Well, one comment on that video happened to say, "Your sim pit will never be complete." And that was probably the most correct statement I'd heard. So I'm going to give you an update on some of the things I've changed in just the last month. And previously I had everything through that computer, as well as everything on the desk on the left, basically a dual setup. Well, the biggest change I've made was I just received a new PC as a dedicated PC for my sim pit. This just arrived the other day from Newegg. It's their in-house brand called ABS, Advanced Battle Stations. And this particular computer is called the ABS Legend. It has an AMD R7 5800X processor and a Gigabyte Nvidia RTX 3080 Titanium. It's basically the only way to get a 3080 card is to buy a computer. Luckily I needed one anyway. That cost me $2,700 for that PC. Luckily I got it on sale. I just looked at it today, 3 days after I bought it, and it's already up $500 more. It's $3,200 today. Some other changes that I had made. Last time I talked about my tablet being set up as an ICP, and it worked great. It's very functional to change aircraft, but I wanted something a little more tactile. So I had ordered this SimGears ICP. This thing is fantastic. I love the size. It is true to scale, 1-to-1. Everything functions on it. As you can see, it's LED backlit as well. So that's been a major upgrade. And the other one is I ordered a Realsimulator FSSB Lightning R3 modified base for my stick. Basically, it takes some of the guts out of your Thrustmaster stick, and you put them inside this base. So what it does is it now takes the stick for the F-16, instead of having a whole bunch of throw in that stick, it now is like a real F-16 stick, and it doesn't move much. It's mostly pressure sensitive, and the precision you get with that is fantastic. A huge upgrade. It cost a lot of money. It was about $700 US. It was delivered from Spain, but I believe it was completely worth it in the end. All right, what else do we have here? Got to have your phone mount, so you have that nearby. One of the other changes here that I talked about, my screens. These used to be flipped the same exact way. But I figured out that for the price point of these screens, they weren't, I guess they call it TFT displays, where you can see them from any angle. They were oriented to view from forward toward, from the bottom. So I had to rotate that screen around. And when I did that, I also had to go into Helios in order to realign how the screen would display. So those are the major changes. Let's see what happens when we hit this up for night flight. The only thing I have found with these screens is at night flight. Uh-oh. There you go. All right, for night flight, my MFDs are always dim, so we just have to brighten them up. But as you can see, everything matches. Once again, let's change some buttons here, change some modes, see that it follows. But looking at the ICP, COM1, take a look at the DED, watch it change. COM2, list. AA mode, air to ground mode, everything changes. Dauber works awesome, just as you would expect it to work. So Dauber. You can see the Dauber is changing the DED. So those are my upgrades for now. Having a standalone PC that has a little more power than my other PC certainly seems to be driving this game a lot better, especially the fact that it's very clean. Clean install, doesn't have any of my other software for other functions on here. It's totally dedicated to DCS. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the update.